on the 4741, 4741.
Okay. So typically what I do on my way to work, this is kind of my preparation time. Driving to work is always super important to me. I take the time to kind of put my head in the right space. I take my job very seriously. Today's my Monday, which is Saturday actually, and I get to go to work. I don't have to go to work, which is super cool. I used to work for an agency in Southern California here. I was there for about 5 years. I lateraled to El Monte about 2 years ago. Been loving it ever since. It's one of the best kept secrets in LA County. Get to still be a cop, get to do cool things, work with great people. Yeah, this is kind of where I put my head together and make purposeful intent for the day, and make sure that I'm not gonna put myself or my partners in a position that we got to do things that are kind of outside the scope of what we should be doing. Potentially dangerous things. This job is inherently dangerous as it is. So don't typically listen to any music, just kind of drive to work, drink my coffee. All right, arrived here at the station, gonna get all my gear and get ready for the day.
So let's make an effort to make an appearance. Jesus, they are at Mount View Park, correct?
I would say that's probably the most, according to Extra Patrol, it's one of the worst ones. This one, a 4-day class, by far the best one. So, yeah, it was good. A lot of good takeaways, a lot of stuff to work on.
So we set up the car. Everything comes down to tactics. At the end of the day, I need to be able to work in and around my gear to ensure that we're able to effectively and expeditiously respond to calls for service. You never know which call you're going to get. So as we can see, this is kind of like my war bag, which normally be in the front seat. Got shotgun shells, got tape, things to clean the car. I got all my documents, map, citations, my work issued phone, and all the good stuff and necessities. It's important to ensure that you wipe everything down, considering that we deal with dirty things that are potentially contagious and infectious. So it's pretty important to be able to wipe down everything so that you're not cross-contaminating your own equipment, cell phone, hand mics, things like that. So, been a police officer for approximately 6-7 years, but the cool thing is I've been a police officer here at El Monte for just under 2 years. And I was able to earn a spot onto the SWAT team last November. So very rewarding. Just goes to show that not only does the agency recognize everything that I brought to the table with my military experience and past law enforcement, but they validated the fact that, you know, I'm able to offer something to the team, and hopefully I can continue to do so and continue earning my spot every single day. So I'm on what we call day watch. It starts at 6 a.m., goes to about 6:30 p.m. I work Saturday through Monday, day shift. I've been on day shift now for about the past 2 years. At my previous agency, I spent the majority of my time on graveyards. So quite different in terms of movement around the city, traffic, types of calls, proactivity. So during day shift, typically what I'll do is for about the first half of the day, I'm pretty proactive. I try and, you know, make traffic stops and, you know, look at stuff. But right around noon, because the city has a natural tendency to kind of get busier towards the end of the day, I stay available for calls for service because things can pop off at any time. 35 station.
35.
I'll be to unit 20. So we have approximately 12 square miles in the city of El Monte. Our city is broken down into 5 different areas of responsibility called beats. Currently we are on the border of beat 1 and beat 2 going southbound on Peck. We cover not only the El Monte airport, but various areas into the Temple City bordered area. As we're kind of driving around, we're constantly listening to the radio. Today our call sign is 35. We're overall responsible for beat 5, which is predominantly a commercial area. In that commercial area, we have a lot of various businesses, not a high population area, not a high traffic area. So beat 5 today typically ends up being a cover car, which essentially they're going to use me to back other officers on calls. Our department has approximately 120 sworn, which is really cool to know that a good portion of our sworn officers and employees of the city have grown up here in the city of El Monte.
It's on a 4741 4741 Cedar. We have a power pole. It's on fire next to our residence. Empty call phone out.
35 copy, code 3 from Valley and back. So we got a pole that's on fire. We're gonna go check it out. Looks like the call for service says it's a telephone pole of some sort. Power line on fire. So typically to calls like this, we will roll code 3, which is full lights and sirens. The reason we do that is we want to get there as quickly and safely as possible. Fires are kind of a big deal when it comes to the safety of our residents. Anytime we approach an intersection, we don't want to just blow it just because we have lights and sirens. You can see it's a red light. We do not have the legal right way to go. So there's an exception to the vehicle code that allows us to roll in a black and white vehicle marked as a police vehicle with our lights and sirens. We just got to do it in a manner that is safe. So we're coming up to a red light again right now. I will slow down, change my siren, ensure that my left traffic is clear, right traffic is also clear, and then proceed through the intersection.
Can you clear with your
Where is it at?
one for
Is this pole, is it on fire or just sparking?
Sparking and it catches on fire. It stops and then it goes again.
Okay, so it's not actively on fire right now? Okay. No, it's an Edison pulse. You see the number?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can smell it. But,
It smells like plastic, huh?
yeah.
Is there a way to access that? Be on private property. It does have an Edison phone number. Unable to access the property at this time, right? It appears that one of the power lines is down. It might be a live wire. I'm not sure. Right now we're at a location here in our city. The call was the telephone is on fire. It appears as though the power line leading from one of our power line poles going to the house has somehow broken off. And so the power line is sparking and a little bit of a problem. We're trying to get a hold of an homeowner as well as Edison to come out and see if they can assist us in this. So it looks like Edison says there's no juice going to that power line, so they'll handle it later. We're gonna go.
On the derrick going southbound on foot.
So it's pretty cool getting work next to our fire department here. We have LA County Fire Department serving our city with 3 different stations. We end up responding to several different types of calls with them. Unresponsive persons, deceased persons, fire calls, anybody needing any kind of a medical assistance. I mean, looking at the fact that we have first aid capabilities on hand within minutes of any call is definitely a huge asset to have, not only as a city but law enforcement as well. Right now we're going to do a quick extra patrol of one of our local hotels in our city. A lot of vehicles are found in hotel parking lots that are stolen, embezzled, broken into, a lot of vehicle burglaries. So I like to just drive around and make sure I don't see any broken windows or suspicious persons just kind of hanging around. 35 extra patrol. Holiday Inn. So we got a car right here. Typically what we end up finding, a lot of homeless people will sleep in their car. The telltale signs are they're always parked in the back alone. 7 Union, everyone came. So right now, we rolled up on this car. It appears unoccupied, possibly a stolen vehicle, primarily because if you look over here, we have a steering column. It's all broken apart right here. Wires are hanging out. You can't see it on the other side, but it appears that the ignition has been tampered with. I'll show you on the other side. It looks like there's a broken key or something inside the ignition. We're going to do a quick search of the vehicle. Just want to make sure there's no contraband, any weapons, guns, anything that shouldn't be in this vehicle before we end up towing it. I'm going to tow this vehicle for safekeeping until we figure out what's going on, because it was unsecured. Obviously, if it's not a stolen vehicle, not illegal to break your key off in the ignition. If it's not a stolen vehicle, what we'll end up doing is just storing it for safekeeping so that the owner can come pick it up at their earliest convenience. I definitely don't want it to be burglarized or things stolen. We always check the ignition or the engine compartment. It appears this engine has been stripped. As you can tell, it's probably not going to run. We have tools in here. That's not normal. We have a bunch of tools right here. The entire top of this engine has been removed, so it looks like whoever wanted to strip this car has done so successfully. Look at that. Say that this is not going to be a running vehicle. We got the vehicle now towed, pictures taken, and I need to write a quick report documenting where, why, and how we took this vehicle, and then we're done. I saw that you bought me cookies. It was very nice of you.
I'll eat them all. Always.
Make sure you get her on Miss Hadagi.
No, you need to get me. You already gave it.
All right, so that's our dispatch center. Those are two of our finest dispatchers. We work very close with our dispatchers. If I need something, they need something. We work pretty hand in hand. So it's pretty cool to be able to just kind of walk in there and be able to put faces to the voices in the radio. One of the things I absolutely love about the city of El Monte is the fact that regardless of how the shift is going, whether it's slower or faster or kind of in the middle, it could fall apart in a moment's notice. Right now, it seems pretty mellow. Let's go get some quick lunch.
33 affirm, advise on any concerns. At 10-410.
So
Amen, 27.
right now they had a call for service regarding unknown fire smoke seen in the area. I'm listening to where my partners are at, where their location, where they're coming from, what calls of service they're on. Any call is potentially dangerous and could turn into something regardless of what it originally was reported as. But for the most part, if it seems a little more serious, we're gonna stop this guy because he wants to just blow right through the stop signs, right in front of me as he cut me off. 35 traffic. Get your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance, please. We just concluded our traffic stop. My partner just pulled traffic on a pedestrian. I'm going to go ahead and back him up because he's literally right here. So 35 code 14 advised, 97 on the pet check.
All right, he's good. Just saw him there. Wanted to make sure he wasn't injured or hurt. Didn't want medical. He's okay. We offered him some resources, food and water. He said he was fine. So he's going to get up his stuff anyway.
Okay. Thanks, sir. So my partner, Corporal Hadagi, ended up conducting a welfare check on a person who was laying on the sidewalk. He ended up offering him outreach services to see if he needed any medical attention or housing, to which this individual declined. And we're on to the next call. We got a male. He's walking westbound. He's got a A-firm. He's on Valley, north side of the street. He's going to be hitting the Chase Bank parking lot. All right, so we got this guy right now. We did a area check of this abandoned lot. I'm going to try and make contact with him right now. As soon as he saw me, he started taking off. He should be popping up right about here. He made contact with a male on the property. Property's been a problem area for local homeless. I observed the male subject with a machete. He was trying to conceal it from me. Ended up going out on the street. I I requested the assistance of other officers in locating him. We ended up pulling right here. We saw he was right where I had last seen him, wearing the exact clothes that he was wearing when I saw him last. He had ditched the machete at that time, and officers were able to locate it. So right now we're going to do a records check on using his name and date of birth and figure out what we got. What's your name? What do you need to sit down? Go ahead and walk forward towards that gate.
You're ready to send you copy?
Just finished our booking. We had 2 felony violations and completed our arrest. See you, fellas. Welcome to my dining table, or lunch table, as you will. Makeshift spot so that I can put down some chow in between calls. A 5-minute power snack? All right. I can't even say that with a straight face. That was my 5-minute power snack. I can't. 3510. All right, so got called in to go to the range. I'll be meeting Corporal Hodegi down there. Myself and Detective Diaz are going to be getting ready for the SWAT qualification. So that's what we're going to do right now. It's going to be pretty cool. God's got me. God's always getting you. 5 on top. Where was he last seen?
South Window, 25 Garvey.
Copy 148 units respond code.
Do this. I'm gonna cut us up real quick. Easy peasy. So, as we were on our way to go get some food, we got one of our officers got held by citizen. Basically, wanted to report something. Moments later, handling officer advised that they were in an active fight with a potential suspect, and the suspect was attempting to flee the location. Upon arrival, I end up seeing a handful of officers in a wrestling match with one of the suspects, and so I went to assist in apprehending the suspect in handcuffs, and it was without further incident. He's on his way to the hospital to get medically cleared to book, and I think that's all she wrote. After nearly 11 and a half hours of roaming around the city of El Monte, we have come to the last hour of the shift. We are filling up our vehicle, about to go back to the station to finish up the last of my reports. All in all, not a bad day, very successful. Everybody was safe. We got into a little scuffle with one of the suspects on a call I assisted with. Nobody was injured there, luckily. Yeah. Well, that's the end of the shift. Thank you for joining me today. I got to unload my vehicle, and we'll call it EOW. Have a great day.